Blue Jays in the World Series by grabbing some merchandise. You can get a souvenir, put it on right away. Get your hands on all postseason merchandise by heading to J Shop at Section 112, 123, or any merchandise kiosk around the concourse. You want it all? Go to J Shop and get it all. This season has been filled with so many great memories for Blue Jays fans all across Canada. We're going to be marvelous in 2026. Don't miss a chance to relive it all. 2026 ticket members receive exclusive benefits, discounts, and more. Visit BlueJays.com and become a member today. Please be advised that during parts of the baseball game, including all Blue Jays home runs and wins, the ballpark lights will flash for a period of time. Snap in style, grab the ballpark glasses, and get a postseason souvenir in 10 seconds. Collect the World Series Great Cup or a novelty popcorn bucket and take home a memento from the postseason. Get concessions on all levels and get yours now. significant Jays Care World Series 50-50 tickets. Tickets are $5 for $10, $25 for $25, $100 for $50, $250 for $100, and 600 tickets for $200. Jackpot's over $10 million, so join the excitement. Head to the concourse or buy them online at BlueJays.com/5050. The legend himself, Joe Carter, will personally call the winner. Drops off the sign for November 7th. Please be advised that during parts of the baseball game, including all Blue Jays home runs and wins, the ballpark lights will flash for a period of time. Culver City is making the World Series sensory inclusive. Sensory bags will be available for families and individuals who have sensory needs or non-visual disabilities. Sensory sensitivities or challenges with sensory regulation affect 1 in 4 individuals. Sensory bags are equipped with noise canceling headphones provided by Hero Sound Glasses, fidget tools, and mobile toothbrush. Available for guests to use and take home at no additional cost.
Like the seeds of the pines when the forest
And a miss.
Here he comes, and off we go in Game 5 with a fastball that's hit in the air to deep left field. Call to the track. It's a home run on the first pitch of Game 5. Davis Schneider into George Springer's shoes and doing a great impression. How about that? Ready for a first pitch fastball and an ambush to start Game 5 with a bang.
That jacket has been super important to the Blue Jays, and ironically that's the first solo home run in the World Series by the Blue Jays. A plan and react, and he went up there with a plan to swing and he got rewarded. That's a shock to the system of the Dodgers.
First home run of the postseason for Davis Schneider, who was just 3 for 16 in the playoffs, but he is the latest guy to step into a role for Toronto and come through. And so you get punched on the very first pitch, and now Vlad Jr. hooks a ball down the left field line. They've gone back to back to start Game 5. Three pitches in, 2-0 Toronto. Wow.
You wonder when two heavyweights are going at each other, who is going to deliver the first blow. Well, they were ready to hit the fastball. You felt like Snell was going to establish his fastball tonight because he didn't do that in Toronto. And the first two hitters, I don't know if that's ever happened in his career where the first two hitters have hit what's coming.
Here's a high drive. Forget about it. Kike Hernandez finds the seats. First of the World Series for Kike Hernandez, and the Dodgers are on the board.
He's been working on keeping that front shoulder in, and boy did he. Fastball location, obviously a pitcher knows right now he's just looking for a new ball. He doesn't have to turn around and see how far it goes. You know when you release it, there's no timeouts. You got to deal with it.
No timeouts.
Stop texting Joe Davis about Davis Schneider's stance. I asked him what was going on, who was he imitating?
This ball's down the line, Kenny, and Dalton Varsho's got extra bases. He's headed for third. He's going to turn the corner and hang on.
So I asked him, all right, who are you imitating tonight? And he said, oh, it's my own stance from the minor leagues. So the answer to who Davis Schneider is mimicking tonight.
Snell to the plate. Clement lines the ball to center field. Kike Hernandez makes the catch. Here comes Varsho. Hernandez's throw flat-footed, has no chance, and the Blue Jays take advantage of the defensive misplay to make it 3-1.
And that's no small item when the Dodgers had rallied to cut it to half with that home run.
Man, you could not have a better contrast right there. A mistake defensively for the Dodgers, and then the Blue Jays. Payoff pitch to Vlad Jr. Overthrows it to the backstop, and here comes Barger. 4-1 Toronto. A single and 3 wild pitches to allow Barger to go first to home.
That was not your typical Dodgers inning. But the fear of making a great pitch to a great hitter, and the feeling that a manager has when he watches a runner.
At first. Here it comes. Shot to right field, a base hit. Here comes Jimenez. Hernandez's throw heads for third. It is not in time, and it's 5-1. And the Blue Jays have another multi-run inning.
It was way better, and that splitter was incredible.
Kind of for left, but past the drawn-in infield to make it 6-1. Single, wild pitch, productive out, and then kind of for left. And the Blue Jays are headed home, 1 win from a championship. And it was a child who led them tonight. 22-year-old Trey is savage. 12 strikeouts.
Bo Bichette is here. Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Bo, congrats on the win. And let's just start with Trey, man. I mean, it is really an amazing story. Kid made his debut 6 weeks ago. He was an A-ball earlier. How did he have the poise to do what he did tonight on the road at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, man, it's special to watch. Obviously, the stuff is incredible, but the maturity to be able to handle these moments is unbelievable. So it was a special thing to watch today.
Following up on Kevin's question, this young man, it was a historic performance tonight. We talked about it. He could be a senior in college. But what it is about his personality, his work ethic, that the fans don't know that make him deliver this type of performance on this stage?
Yeah, I mean, man, I think he's ultra confident, but you never hear him in the clubhouse, which is, you know, I think says something about him. He comes here to work and try and help us win. And, yeah, it's just, I can't say enough good things about his performance today.
Bo, congratulations, buddy. I got to go back to that 18-inning game that y'all played the other day. You guys ended up losing that game. And you guys have bounced back and whooped them for the past couple of nights. I want you to tell me you role as a leader in the ball club. What was like after that one game that motivated you guys to do what you guys have been done the past couple of nights?
I mean, that was a great game. Tough loss, but at the end of the day, man, I mean, we got no choice but to show up the next day and play hard and try to win. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a loss, and I think that's how we handled it.
Now, this is a personal question for you. How hard was it for you to watch the division series, the ALCS, and how bad were you itching to get on that roster to play here in the World Series?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is probably the most difficult challenge in my life, to be honest. I mean, this is what I've dreamed of, to have an opportunity to be a part of a run like this, you know, with this organization, with some really good friends, and all that stuff's in the past, man. I'm just grateful to be here.
Where does this approach come from? I mean, when it comes to hitting, you guys have the rare combination of contact and power. Big double for you last night. You went the other way. We were all talking, admiring. You had a 3-1 count. You get a fastball. You go a little inside out for an RBI. Tell me where that comes from, and why does that make you guys so much better?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just want to be the toughest outs we can possibly be. I think there's a lot that goes with that. I think there's opportunities to go for it at times, and there's opportunities where you need to drive a run in and play small ball, whatever that is. And I think the biggest thing is we're just a team. We're a team, man. We're doing anything we can to win.
Bo, I play with a guy named Manny Ramirez, who we used to feed each other with information. We talk about pitchers, how we're gonna approach them. What it's like to play with a guy like Vladimir Guerrero?
Yeah, that's my brother, man. I've been with him for almost 10 years now. We've gone through everything together, and I definitely learned a lot from him. And we talk about hitting all the time. So, and Manny's one of my favorite hitters. I've learned a lot watching him. But yeah, no, Vladdy's amazing, and I mean, there's so many great hitters in that clubhouse.
Oh, Bo, with George, you know, being out and obviously hurt himself the other night, what's been the talk without him? Obviously, you guys have such a deep lineup and you're so consistent top to bottom. But when you lose a big bat like that and don't know if he's available, how have you guys been able to handle that and weather the storm without him?
Yeah, I mean, we just believe in each other. I mean, they turned the page when I wasn't in there. So I guess it was, you know, we just had to turn the page and next man up. And I think that's what makes this group so special.
And for you, look, we all know up here, you play baseball every day for a reason, right? You got to keep your timing. Sitting out that long, what's impressed me the most is how quickly you've adjusted. Did it take you a while to get your timing back, or every game do you feel better and better?
You know, I've spent a lot of times over the years trying to perfect what I do. So I knew that if my swing was in a good spot, I'd have an opportunity to come out here and compete at a high level. I also prepared myself to come in here and know that there would be some at-bats that didn't feel great, and just prepare myself that what I can do is I can come out here and compete, and I can make adjustments, and you know, that's just what I'm trying to do.
Keep it up,
Bo,
man.
just so you know, man, I'm the only one here who picked you guys to whoop the Dodgers tonight. None of this bird did it right here.
First of all, he picked you guys to win just so he could get in the country.
Maybe,
he had some
who
issues
knows?
at customs, man.
But listen, I'm gonna hand you something to you so you can give to my man Dante at the house. This is gonna bring you home to the promised land. My big Dow teacher.
Beautiful. I'll take that. I know Barger didn't, but I'll take that.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
That's, hey, tell him to put.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Good luck, man. Let's go.
Hey, well, I'm gonna say Vlad took
Word
it
that
at
you
home
win
the
the
next
World
night, so
Series.
you're in good hands with the shirt.
I know you like to go naked inside. Word that you win the World Series.
Well, congrats, man. Great to have you back,
Great
and
job.
we'll see you at the
Congrats.
Rogers Center, right? An unbelievable starting pitching performance, which we're about to get into. Derek Jeter is here. David Ortiz is here. Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And Trey Savage did things tonight that no other rookie has done in a postseason. He set the rookie record for strikeouts in a World Series game. Also, multiple 10 strikeout games in a postseason, a rookie record. He was historic tonight, Alex, and I think most importantly, he never looked or felt like he was not in total control.
You're exactly right, Kevin. I don't know what was more impressive, fellas, his perfect performance tonight or his James Bond's, you know, he has ice in his veins. It really is incredible. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it because we thought he was going to be good, better than today, but not at this level. And tonight, Poppy, we asked for him to pitch at all 4 quadrants, the split, the slider, and the fastball. And he had 30 splits, over 10 in his last start, 12 strikeouts, 6 in the split and 6 on the split on the slider.
His split was majestic tonight. I mean, he was throwing the split with that confidence level at any time. I mean, he don't care. I mean, watch this guy right here. Bam! He was just pounding the strike zone. Like, it's either you swing and miss or you're going to go back to the bench and sit down because it's going to be a strike regardless. You know, I mean, this guy was dominating the strike zone. And like we talk about in the pregame, he was left, right, north, south, more south than north because he know that this guy can drive the high fastball or the high split if he hang it. This guy was absolutely under control tonight, and he struck out 12 Dodgers.
Yeah, we thought it was impressive with what he did against the Yankees, right? This was even more impressive doing it in the World Series on this stage. He's got poise, he's got confidence, but on top of all that, he has great stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he is nasty. We're seeing some of the swings from the Dodgers. They look completely fooled, and like we said, this is her second time facing them. So I think coming into this series, Kevin, we were talking about it, the storyline was the Los Angeles Dodgers pitching against the Jays. Well, it's been the Jays pitching that has stepped up, and they've been the story up until this point.
You know, when you talk about a team facing a pitcher for the second time in just a matter of 5 days, advantage usually goes to the offense because the more you see a pitcher, the more chances you get. This kid not only did better, but he was at an all-time, maybe his best start of his career. But what he isn't a rock thrower. He is an actual pitcher, and he's not doing it with 100. He's adding and subtracted. He only threw 29 fastballs today, but he pitched not like a 22-year-old, but like a 32-year-old. Incredibly impressive.
You know, it's interesting. So he struck out 6 on his slider, 6 on his splitter. Poppy, we were watching obviously all together, and you said at one point, like, wow, he missed that pitch by 2 feet.
Yeah. I mean, batters look kind of confused with him. When you miss a pitch by a foot like that, that means you're not seeing the ball right. I mean, this guy, he was absolutely under control. Look at how batters are missing those pitches. I mean, it's ridiculous the way he was burying that splitter. I mean, I would say this. The Blue Jays earned themselves another ace in their rotation because this kid, pitching in A-ball at the beginning of this season and performing at this level here at Dodger Stadium against one of the best offensively team is out of control, guys.
Almost looked like he was throwing a knuckleball if you didn't know, if you were just watching. That's how bad Dodgers hitters were swinging and missing.
Well, we were up in the green room saying, well, Kevin, you were saying, was that a slider or split? And I was trying to guess because of the speed. But when you're watching and you don't know if it's a fastball, a slider, or a split, he had us dizzy. Imagine, and he was obviously had those Dodgers. We were looking at each other and some of those great hitters looking really, really bad. And we're going, holy smokes, we're seeing something pretty special here.
You know what's amazing? So there's a lot amazing about it, okay? But he had 3 hits allowed. 2 of them were infield hits by Teoscar Hernandez. So he allowed a home run to Kike Hernandez and literally nothing else. And then you think, yes, he made his major league debut 6 weeks ago. He started this season in
A-ball, and look at this. Strikeouts by level. Okay, he's got more strikeouts in the postseason this year than he did in the regular season and in some levels that he stopped at along the way. Draft pick in 2024, who has risen up the ranks to be an absolute World Series postseason hero for the Blue Jays. You know, we were all watching in that first inning, Derek, and after the first, and I guess actually it was after the second, that's when he struck out the side. We all kind of looked and said, well, I guess the moment's not too big for him, because we had mentioned this was his first road playoff start.
You know when I first noticed that he was very comfortable, there was a comebacker to the plate. He caught the comebacker, bobbled it, and then it was like nonchalant, just flipped it to first base. Like the moment, you knew the moment at that point wasn't going to overwhelm him. So, man, what a job, man. What a job.
For people at home that don't understand, this kid, he was pitching A-ball this year, and he's pitching in the World Series. You have no idea how hard that is. But the one thing that I had noticed about him, his mound presence is absolutely in another level, especially for the kid that's starting A-ball. Facing the Los Angeles Dodgers here at their stadium and performing the way he did tonight, wow.
And one of the most impressive stats for me that shows a little bit about how cool, calm, and collected Savage was tonight is no walks. 0 walks, which with a young pitcher or any pitcher, you're usually going to have 1 or 2 walks. Either you're trying to pitch around someone, being strategic, you're trying to land on a certain guy you have a better matchup with, but no walks in this ballpark with 55,000 people. Wow.
I mean, it's just so good what he was able to do.
Excuse me, Kevin, I'm sorry that I interrupt you, but you went from A-ball to the big league. I want you to explain people how hard it is to escalate from A-ball to the big league and perform at that level.
Well, I think the difference is like an Atlantic Ocean. It's not a lake. It's not. It's just a different level, and I sucked at it, Poppy. So that's why I can speak about it. I got demoted 5 times in 1 year. The adjustment is just so big. And Poppy, I don't think we're doing a good enough articulating how hard it is. But trust me when I tell you, to be at this level in the World Series is nothing less but a miraculous performance.
And I think we're also talking about this. I think it may actually be helping him a little bit as well. And the reason why I say it is you're playing in the World Series. Most players wait a long time in their career. There's a buildup to we finally made it to the World Series. A couple months ago, he was in A-ball. Now, all of a sudden, he's on the mound at Dodger Stadium. So it's like everything's happening so fast that maybe after the World Series is over, he's going to look back and say, wow, what did I just do? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what is different. One thing for the fans at home, when you're in A-ball, you drink chicken noodle soup with crackers and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Here in Hollywood, he's eating caviar and champagne. And by the way, I just want to, again, as a parent, because the 4 of us are parents, isn't it great to see those parents, both you Savage parents? They were so proud. They were so happy. It was such a great moment. And it happened here in Hollywood.
Yeah, and you know, I think Blake Snell pitched a really great ball game for the Dodgers. His line maybe doesn't look as good because he got charged with runs when he came out, but he was awesome. But it was the Blue Jays who kind of ambushed him before you even blinked. 3 pitches in, it was 2-0 Toronto, and big part of that is Davis Schneider, who was leading off, and now it's time with our Tom Verducci.
Thanks, KB. Davis, you gave us your best George Springer impersonation leading off the game. Tell me what you were thinking preparing for that first at bat, and then what it felt like when you saw the ball go over the wall for your first postseason home.
True patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras sait porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
What up, Joe Carp?
Our special guest to throw tonight's ceremonial first pitch was traded to the Blue Jays before the 1981 season and spent 5 years in Toronto. He is a walking highlight reel, earning 5 gold gloves with the Blue Jays. He won back-to-back championships with the Blue Jays and scored a 336 batting average in the postseason. Most notable was his playing game during the 1992 World Series when he made a back and started what should have been a triple play. Now special advisor to the Blue Jays, please
Smoltz, and who would have thought that it would be the Blue Jays? Who would have thought at the start of this season, at the start of this series, after that 18-inning game? But they are 1 win away from their first World Championship in 32 years.
It's pretty incredible. Going all the way back to the last week of the season when they had to win the division, they did. When you think about Seattle losing the first 2 games they had to win, they did. 18 innings? No way. They did. And the reason they do it is offensively, they make trouble for the opposing pitchers. You look at the home run comparison, 15 RBIs via the home run to only 9. And look at the multiple runs per inning. They make you pay if you make mistakes. The problem? They got a great pitcher they're going up against, but they're not afraid.
Yeah, so the Dodgers, the defending champion, on the brink of elimination. But think about this. If I told you you could pick any pitcher in all of baseball to start a game like this with your season on the line, Who are you picking?
I'm going with the hottest pitcher in Yamamoto, and he has been unbelievable in the postseason. Coming off of 2 complete games, he did something no team has ever seen really in the last 2. Look at, you can't get hits. You can't get runs. He has 6 pitches. He throws 9 innings. They're going to need that performance, the Dodgers, if they're going to have any chance to have a Game 7.
It doesn't matter who they pitch to. It doesn't matter if Sandy Koufax comes back. If they don't get this offense going, they've scored 4 runs over the last 29 innings. They're hitting just .201 during the World Series, and so another change is in order for this lineup. And for the details, here's Tom Verducci.
Well, thanks, Joe. Seldom used Dodgers infielder Miguel Rojas has no hits in the last 30 days. But facing elimination, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts has him starting at second base. Now, it has nothing to do with matchups or numbers. It has everything to do with Rojas being, in Roberts' words, a great teammate and glue guy for us all year. Plus, Rojas is a contact guy at a time when Roberts wants his slumping hitters to use the opposite side of the field more, and that includes Mookie Betts, who has dropped to 4th in the lineup for the first time in 8 years. Now here's Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Tom. After George Springer was hit in the knee in Game 5 of the ALCS, Blue Jays hitting coach David Popkins told him, "You've got a Kirk Gibson moment coming." Springer delivered, hitting a go-ahead 3-run homer in Game 7, and tonight we will see what else he has in store. Springer is back in the lineup after leaving Game 3 with what the Blue Jays are calling an intercostal strain. 2 Kirk Gibson moments in 1 postseason. Joe, I look forward to your call.
All right, Kenny, as this wonderful journey of a baseball season comes to a close north of the border, Game 6 coming up.
You're not just playing for Toronto, playing for Canada.
You can just feel the energy in the city.
You come in here with a little bit extra juice.
Canada's definitely behind us.
Play for the city, play for the country.
These are the moments that you don't take for granted.
I wake up and I have adrenaline. Every pitch matters.
It's definitely a dream come true.
It'll finally kick in once we get onto that field.
The ultimate goal of playing baseball is to be the last team standing.
Celebrating tonight's game ball, please welcome Boys and Girls Club of Canada's club kid, Johanna
Let's deal in possibilities. Calculate percentages. Play the odds. Does tonight produce a parade or a push? It's not luck that got you here. This has been mind-blowing madness. Just when you think you figured it out, boom. Boom, boom.
It's pretty surreal how crazy the environment is. It seems like every game is close, every pitch matters.
You know, these are the moments that you don't take for granted.
It's what we live for, it's what we play for.
Play for the city, play for the country.
So, roll the dice. Deal.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Strikes out swinging.
Does this end in 6? Or roll again. Hit me. 7. This for certain, as it's always been. The American League, the National League, the World Series on Fox.
Thanks to Brad Pitt, whose film F1 is getting a lot of Oscar buzz. F1 will start streaming on Apple TV December 12th. Back inside Rogers Center, ready for Game 6 of the World Series. With the Dodgers coming to bat to open this one, the lineup from Dave Roberts will look like this. Ohtani leads off. Will Smith again bats second. Freddie Freeman plugged into the 3 spot, and as Tom said, for the first time in 8 years, Mookie Betts is a cleanup hitter. Tasker Hernandez and Max Muncy follow, and it's Kike Hernandez, Tommy Edman, and Miguel Rojas with his first start since the division series. Well, the Dodgers are in their 23rd World Series. This is the 8th time that they enter Game 6 down 3-2. They're trying to win Game 6 from that position for the first time to force a 7th decisive game tomorrow night. And John, it was overshadowed by how good Yamamoto was in Game 2, but Kevin Gausman, he retired 17 straight at one point in that game, pitched into the 7th inning for the first time in his postseason career.
He was fantastic, and he came out of the chute throwing a lot of fastballs. I would expect that might be changed just a little bit depending. If I'm the Dodgers, I'm going to be more aggressive on the fastballs, but here's the one thing. Gausman can throw his fastball away and down, and if you do that and you got an aggressive team, a lot of quick early outs.
How about against Ohtani? He attacked him with fastballs in the strike zone more than any pitcher has all year.
7 of those 9 pitches were fastballs, and I think for the game of guessing is, do you think he's going to swing first pitch? Then you throw a splitter. And if not, make it a fastball away and make Ohtani and Betts and the guys who may be struggling on pitches away to beat you away.
Dodgers came into this World Series having won 24 of their last 30 games, but now down 3-2. Can they force Game 7 in their quest to repeat? Blue Jays lose that gut punch of an 18-inning game, get off of the deck to win 2 in a row at Dodger Stadium. 1 win from their first World Series in 32 years.
There's no greater feeling than to pitch your team into a World Series championship at home. But the one thing you've got to guard against is the adrenaline in the crowd and trying to pitch perfect. You don't have to pitch perfect, but you better be nearly perfect because Yamamoto's on the other side.
Yeah, it's Shohei Ohtani to lead off for the Dodgers. Off we go in Game 6. He thought he was going to swing. He did, and he threw a splitter for strike 1.
Yeah, every pitcher thinks about what if, what could have happened, game plan the game, and you don't want to go off your script. When you go off your script, that means the other team's doing something to make you change.
Gausman's 0-1. Ohtani swings and misses. Back-to-back splitters.
Two perfect pitches to start. And that pitch is nearly unhittable. I think only 1 hit he's given up in the World Series on this split finger.
Only 2 all postseason. Opponents are 2 for 36 against it, and he gets misses on more than half of the swings. Career-making pitch for the 34-year-old who deals and throws a 3rd in a row. This time Ohtani lays off. Then the pitch of the postseason, not just his, but across the postseason. Everybody loving it. Here's his 1-2. 4 consecutive splitters to start this game. And when you talk about, do you go with what you got? Do you change things up? He really only throws 2 pitches.
Yeah, he will throw a few more sliders, I think, tonight if he gets into rhythm. Fastball away here after 4 splitters if he wants.
Know what you're going to get. Here it comes. Can you hit it? This is the splitter that, you know, it's given everybody a hard time. The Dodgers in this World Series 1 for 22 against splitters.
And when he doesn't pull it and stays square over the middle, it drops straight down and they get a swing and miss.
Here's a 2-2, and he strikes out Ohtani to start game 6.
So this is what I'm talking about when you stay on top of it and you don't pull it. It starts in the middle of the plate and just goes straight down. That is the perfect way to describe a splitter. It almost looks like a nasty 2-seam fastball. By pulling it, it means he's trying to get it to break more, and he pulls it into a lefty. It will not have the same effect than if he stays behind it and throws it right down the middle to fading away.
1 away. Will Smith chops a first pitch fastball along third. Ernie Clement watches it with the English bounce foul.
Now with Will Smith, the mistake he made, don't think it's not in the back of his mind. He pitched Will Smith perfectly until that 7th inning home run where he leaked the fastball middle in. He will not. It's a mistake if you go in there. If you go in there, you have to go so far in and up just to get his attention so that you want to get him out of the way.
Because it has been nothing but fastballs, and he had his way with that pitch prior to the missing that one in the 7th inning. Mentioned that he had retired 17 in a row in game 2. It was Smith's home run that snapped that. And 1 too many and 1 poorly located fastball. Smith has not done a whole lot since. 2 out of 14 in the 3 games in Los Angeles, but get in line when it comes to struggling lately in Dave Roberts' order. Can the offense wake up before that hourglass runs out on this Dodger season? 1 ball, 1 strike. Talking to Dave Roberts about changing the lineup, he said, look, if you do nothing, then you're burying the head in the sand. If you make a wholesale change, that's panicking. So he's trying to thread that needle to nudge this offense forward to a game 7. That's down to 4. Rojas into the lineup. Smith on 1-1. Swings and misses.
The reason I think his slider will be important, especially on the right-handers, even if it's not a pitch they swing or take for a strike, it's a pitch that goes away. See, that pitch went in, and you give him 2 different lanes to look at as a right-hander facing the right-handed batters.
Strikes out Ohtani. There goes to 2-2 on Smith. He threw 4 sliders total in game 2, none of them after the first. And so there is a way that he could look different facing this lineup the second time. So he's pitched in a lot of these games in his life. Back in his backyard in Colorado as a kid. Evan Gosman in his first World Series. Down the left field line, foul.
See, now that he's thrown a couple that have been down and in, and he is such a good low ball hitter. I mean, it would be awfully tempting right here to throw a slider on the outer half and see if you can get Will Smith to expand out there now that those pitches were in. Anytime you pull one foul, looking for that ball in. See what he goes with here, 2-2.
11 pitches, hasn't shown that slider yet. Here he comes. There's he sticking with the splitter. Back-to-back Ks. 2 out in the first.
Well, the best part about that pitch is he made the adjustment to the other side of the plate. The pitch in, that the slider that goes, the splitter that goes down and in, he fouls it, right? Gets out in front. Now you need to show him something on the other side, and he did. And look how far he missed it.
After the 15 strikeouts in game 5, 2 of them to start game 6. Freddie Freeman. Freeman struck out all 3 times. That was where it was like, wow, is this offense in a place that is unrecognizable for one of the best contact hitters of this generation. Yeah, the walk-off in game 3 did Freeman, but overall this postseason just 1 ball, 1 strike.
In this situation here, I wonder if he's going to try to avoid throwing splits to Freddie. If you remember the last time he faced him, he had battled the at bat and hooked a split down the line for a 2-out double, which eventually got a run by Will Smith, a base hit. So see if he stays firm. Fastballs. And he went right back to the split.
And he's got it working, doesn't he?
Sure does. It's coming out of his hand nice.
Kevin Gausman, a chance to strike out the side. That's exactly what he